Yo dudes, today I'm going to be teaching everyone how to make UGC items for Roblox and possibly get yourselves kinda rich. First things first, you're going to need Roblox Studio, of course. You're going to want Blender. You're going to need Blender. And you're going to need a couple plugins. So, first up, I think this comes with Roblox Studio Rig Builder, okay? It just lets you insert a dummy, very nice and simple. Up next, you're gonna need a plugin called Asset Creator. This one will be linked down below in the description. Now, you're gonna want whatever you're going to make your UGC. So we're gonna go make one of those in Blender. I'm thinking some sort of a chain around your neck with a lock on it. Might be something kind of cool. And then maybe another chain with a key. So it'd be like a set, maybe a little Roblox couple, dandy-landy, hopping in and everything like that. Before everything, you are going to have to wait for Roblox to open up their UGC applications. There you'll be able to apply and show them your past work as well as your workflow process so they can see if they want to accept you into the UGC program. So of course guys, make sure to do that first. I can't link them in the description because they're not out right now. Like they're closed. So next time they come out, I'll try to update the video description here with the link to those applications. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and model this two chains. Ha, two chains. Okay, I kill me. All right, anyways. I'm gonna model two chains, one with a lock, one with a key, and then I'll be back to show you guys the process after that. Alright, so we've got the chain done. Now, there are some limits in UGC. You have to keep your vertice count under 1,200, and then you need to keep your texture size as 256 by 256. So keep that in mind while you're making your model. This chain is beautiful, to say the absolute least. Oh my gosh, Buster, are you good, bro? So if we look at this chain right here, guys, whoops, that's the dummy. If we look at just the chain, it's 990 verts, okay? Now that is quite a bit, I'm not gonna lie, but that means we have 210 verts to work with to make a key and a lock. So no problem, that should be plenty to do. Let me go ahead and make the key and the lock, and then I'm just gonna duplicate this chain for the, the next UGC, if that makes sense. Alright guys, so we have our key right here, and we have our lock right here. I do want to see, can I add maybe a little more detail to this lock? Just a little something, even that makes it look a little bit better. If we do shade smooth and auto smooth on these, that will also help just a little bit. There we go. And I think that looks pretty good. I could go ahead and add something into the bottom here that we could kind of see, you know? So let me do this and then S and X, and we'll kind of scale this like that. And no one will really see that, but it'll be, at least a spot that the key could go in if wanted. Let's go ahead and start texturing these. In Blender, we can use a color palette, which I think is going to be the easiest way for anyone to do this. So if we just go to UV editing, there's this color palette. It's in the development resources on my Discord if you guys want to hop in and grab that. It is pretty easy to use. So what we're going to do is first off, go right here and then click on new, this yellow dot, image texture, and then this drop down arrow, we're going to click the name of this color palette, which is displayed right here. Now, if we go to this one, we should just be able to click here and click this little down arrow, and then it's, the same color palette. So now, I think I want to set these directly on top of each other because the chains are the exact same. And then we're going to grab both of them, go into edit mode, Z, wireframe, and select all of the chains, and then Control+++. Now we have all of the chain. Now we're going to do U and project from view, and this is going to give us the same angle we're looking at, and this way we can make a sort of a gradient chain. We don't want it to be too crazy. In fact, I think a black chain would be cooler for this instance. So let's do a black chain that kind of fades to a darker black. And if we go into material preview, we can now see that. So now we can separate these two. I just wanted to make sure we had them real close together for that. And the key right here, we'll go over here, press L and L, go into our front orthographic, and then project from view. And with this key, we could do sort of a yellow gold, something like this. I may even turn it 90 degrees, like so. So we have more of a gradient going sideways instead of just a top-down gradient. I think that'd be pretty sick. Let's grab this and put it right here. And as you can see, we now have a gold key on a black chain, which I actually think looks awesome. Now we need to go over to this one. I'm going to press L on this top shape, U, project from view, and I don't want this to be gold. I think I want this to be like a gray, something like this, fading into our golden lock. So let's do project from view on that as well, A, and then we'll do probably top down for this one. Makes more sense. So something like this, and as you can see, guys, we now have a chain and or I guess 2 chains, and then of course our lock and our key. Now we're gonna go to this bottom face and click on this with Control Plus, and we're just gonna move these to a darker spot so they kind of look like a spot the key could go. Now you can always spend more time to shape that up however you would like, but the less verts the better. Here is our models. Now all we got to do is grab these, file, oh, we should do it separately because OBJ works better. So file, export as OBJ, wavefront, OBJ, this top one right here, and then you just want to name it. I forgot what this one was. We have the key. Okay, keychain. It's a keychain. And then make sure, I don't think you have to actually do that for this. Cool. Export. And then do the same thing to your other one. If you only have the one model, it's all good. You don't really have to worry about it. Now that we have our 2 models, we're going to go ahead and head into Roblox, click on View and Asset Manager, click the Upload button, and then find them on our computer. There they are. I'm going to apply all and just let them import. Now, right after they get imported, this isn't really a concern. Asset name on website has been moderated. That's all good, guys. But now that they're imported, we're going to click on this Asset Manager tab, and then click these, Insert with Location, and here is... Oh, you do have to click on Selected Objects Only. Dang, I didn't see it. So we have to go back, re-export these, and make sure you click on Selected Objects, or else it's going to export your whole Blender scene. Alright, importing them now. I did find the button. It was just in a different spot than it usually is, so all good. Now we're going to insert with location, and as you can see, everything has showed up. These are already our textures, and if that didn't happen for you, whatever your color palette is, make sure it's uploaded to your Roblox account as a decal. Since this color palette has already been uploaded on my account, the textures from Blender automatically go on to any mesh that I import using that palette. Now all we have to do is line these up with a dummy. So let's go ahead over to this guy. And what I'm going to do is copy the origin position and paste it in to this mesh right here. So origin position right here. Perfect. And then I'm just going to grab my little drag tool, turn off my studs, and move it up until I feel comfortable for where it's at. I think about right here, and then moving it forward a little bit. Something like that is looking pretty good to me. We could probably go down just a hair. Something like that. Definitely looks pretty good. And what I'm going to do is copy this origin position so I can use it for the next one as well, since it's the same chain. Now all we have to do is use the Asset Creator plugin. Step 1. This plugin is used to convert a part that is aligned to a character into an asset. Which type are you making? Now for UGC, we're going to be making accessories. We'll click next. What is it? Or click the part that you want to become the accessory. So the necklace, we want a necklace accessory. There we go. And now what is it aligned to? It's aligned to this dummy right here. So we're going to click on him and then next. Now we have to select what type of accessory it is. So this is a necklace. Of course, it would go on the neck. It's a neck accessory. Click next. And then for this, I usually just put classic. I don't know if it matters too much, but classic has always worked for me. And then next and next. Now, as you can see, we have an actual asset and it's done everything. There's a lot of stuff in this one. Yikes. But it's done everything for us. Where is this one? Oh, gosh. There it is. So, let me call this chain necklace, or keychain. I'm going to call this one keychain, and we have that as an asset. Now, this little box around it is the handle, and you do need to make that a little bit bigger sometimes, so your viewport doesn't get, like, cropped. So, I'm just going to do 1.2 over and over and over, and there we go. Looks good. Now, you have your accessory, everything is done. This is the part I usually cut the video, because you have to be accepted into the program, and then they will give you instructions on how to upload it to Roblox. I'm not allowed to share that information. You do have to be inside of the program to learn it, but hopefully up until now, this video has helped you out. If it did, and you want to see more content like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.